Falls Township Zoning Hearing Board. At this point, I'd like to invite everyone to stand and solidify. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic
For which it stands, one nation, under
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for that. I'll start with a little board introduction here. All the way down to my left is Al Brooks. To my immediate right here is Doug Mole. I'm your chairperson, Dan Miles, and joining us tonight is our solicitor, Keith Bidlingmeyer from the Township. We have Diane Baree, and our court reporter is Karen Wright-Browndorf. Joining us via Zoom is our recording secretary for the board, Scott Dioria, and representing the Township Code Enforcement is Ed Neubauer. Matt Takita will not be joining us tonight. He's the Township Zoning Officer and Township Co-Manager. Okay. We're going to take care of a first matter is a continuance. We've received a letter to our solicitor's office dated today, 12/14, requesting a continuance for petition number 3. John Asta Big Oak Fuel, 1056 Trenton Road, Fallsington, PA. They're requesting a use variance of parked vehicles used to deliver heating oil. So their solicitor or their attorney had asked for a continuance on the matter. At this point, I'd like to see if we have a motion to continue petition number 3 for Big Oak Fuel.
I'll make that motion to continue it.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. So that matter will be continued to the January 11th, 2022 meeting. Okay, back on the ordered agenda here. Petition number 1, Abdul Qadir, 177 Liberty Drive, Langhorne, PA, 19047. Requesting a dimensional variance to construct a deck which encroaches into the rear yard setback and which exceeds the allowable impervious surface coverage and building coverages. Abdul, if you could come up to the podium. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to have you sworn in by our court reporter to affirm.
Yeah, he's my son.
Is he gonna? Yeah. Okay,
I will, yeah.
I'll start both of you at once. The testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay. Can you just state your full name and spell it?
Abdul, Abdul, last name Qadir, Qadir.
Sarmed, Sarmedquader.
Okay, now we're going to have some the exhibits marked for your petition, and then we're going to turn it over to you guys. And if I can remind you, just speak to the microphone when you're speaking, okay?
Okay.
And we can pick it up on camera. We have a whole bunch of things going on. Thanks, guys.
Mr. Chairman, we'll mark the we'll mark the application for zoning ordinance appeal as ZHB1, along with the accompanying statement from the applicant. 2 will be a letter from Oxford Crossing Homeowners Association dated September 16th in regards to this petition. 3 is an impervious calculation sheet. 4 is a site plan. 5 is a picture showing that we posted, or the township posted, the next door neighbor with notice of tonight's meeting due to the inability to serve him by mail. 6 will be 4 color photographs showing that the applicant's property was posted as required. 7 will be proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier-Times showing this matter was published October 26th and again November 2nd, 2021. This matter was continued from last month's meeting until tonight. And if I could just state on the record also that the next door neighbor, 175, that's required to receive notice, 175 Liberty Drive, last month's meeting, that mail came back as undeliverable. We checked the recorder of deeds. Mr. Brown is still the registered or title owner of that property. Therefore, we posted the property with notice of tonight's meeting and also resent it via mail to Mr. Brown as the last known owner of that property. With that, I'm satisfied the appropriate notice has been satisfied. This matter can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Billingmeyer. Okay, Mr. Qadir, if you could tell us what's going on.
Yeah, I wanted to build that deck for a quite long time. And in my neighborhood, there are mini deck with the full size. But when I applied, so I found out that my property is not within that, the limit, so I can extend full. So that's the reason, I'm requesting to, approve that.
Excellent, okay. We're just gonna see if the board has any questions about anything, okay? Al?
I have none, Dan. We've
Scott? Yep.
seen these.
I don't think you heard you. Scott, do you have any questions? Sorry.
I was just concerned about the impervious surface, with the home there. If there's gonna be any type of mitigation done with the drainage to help facilitate that.
Mr. Qadir, so there's a concrete pad going on underneath the deck too? Like a concrete area?
Yes,
That's going to be part of the new build, right? It's not there already?
there is one already, but
There's
that's a smaller.
There's a smaller one, okay. So you're adding some concrete. So the deck's not really a problem as much, that's the impervious surface is coming in with the addition of the patio.
Okay.
So our board member, Mr. Diori, was just asking, is there any measures going to be taken to try to divert some water or things like that?
Yeah, so we already have, I would say the drainage gutter pointing out to the left already. It's not connected to the cement anyway. So it's gonna continue to stay in that area pointed towards the left, out of the patio. So there's no water that goes towards that area to begin with.
If I'm correct, Mr. Gill, you might be able to help me with this bit about the property. Everything drains to a collection point in between all the units, right? There's like a swale and a interconnecting stormwater management system down there already?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I believe so, okay.
And it meets up right in the middle between the property line that runs through
Gotcha.
both sides.
Gotcha. Scott, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to try to answer your question there, but it seems like
No.
the downspouting is probably.
Okay. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome. Skip. Doug?
I have no questions at this time.
Yeah, I have no questions also. Could our tech guy, is there any public comments or questions that we received live?
No public comment online.
Okay, thank you. And do we know, Ed or Diane, if we received anything for the township?
Didn't hear anything, Dan. No public
Okay.
comment.
Yeah, no problem, thank you. Okay, at this point, I think it would be appropriate to ask the board if they have a motion for this petition.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
I move that the application of Abdul Qadir requesting dimensional variance from section 209-16-1B and table 2A of Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted to construct a deck which encroaches into the rear yard setback and which exceeds the allowable impervious surface and building coverages at the property located at 177 Liberty Drive, Langhorne, Pennsylvania 19047 as depicted on the plans and in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board.
We have a second.
I'll second that.
All right, Scott, pull the board, please.
Myself, yes. Al,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
and Dan.
Yes. Okay. So your petition's been approved,
Thank you.
and you'll receive a letter from our solicitor about next steps, okay?
Great, thank you.
Great. Have a
Thank
good
you so
night.
much.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Have a good one. Okay, this brings up petition number 2, James J. Bergevin. Yes. The second, 27 Third Street, Morrisville, PA, requesting a dimensional variance to construct an addition which encroaches into the rear yard setback of 40 feet. Mr. Bergevin, we're gonna have you sworn in by a court reporter, same as the last one?
Yes. James J. Bergevin, Bergevin.
Okay, Mr. Bergevin, and same thing, we're just gonna mark some exhibits for the petition, and we'll turn it over to you to explain to us what's going on. Explain to us what's going on. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, we'll mark the application for zoning ordinance appeal as ZHB1, along with the accompanying statement from the applicant. 2 will be a permit denial letter from Falls Township dated October 15, 2021. 3 is a plan of the property. 4 is an impervious calculation sheet. 5 will be 3 colored photographs, 3 pages containing colored photographs, one of which shows that the property was posted as required. 6 are the applicant and neighbor notification letters as required. And 7 will be proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier-Times, showing this matter was published November 30th, and then again December 7th, 2021. That is all the board exhibits. I'm satisfied the appropriate notice have been satisfied, and this matter can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Bergevin. Mr. Bergevin, all yours. What's going on?
We're just looking to build a sunroom addition to our current existing property. It'll be attached to the house and just come out about, I think it's about 12 feet to the side and then 14 feet out towards the back, into the backyard. And I think that's where we're running into the problem, to where it's going to be less than, I think it's the 40 feet required between the structures and the back of the property. But that's essentially it.
Yeah.
We're just looking to add a little bit more living space to the house.
Gotcha. Yep. And it looks as though now, I mean, you have a 43-foot setback, so you'd be able to go out approximately 3 feet with that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to see if the board has any other questions.
Okay.
Al?
I have nothing. I see what you're looking to do.
Okay. Scott?
No, I have nothing at this time.
Okay. Doug?
Dan, I have nothing either.
Yeah, I have no questions. Any public comments, questions online or Zoom or call?
No public comment online.
Thanks, Ed. We all good on the other side of the township?
Yes.
Thank you. Great. Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion, Dan. I move that the application of James J. Bergevin, second, requesting a dimensional variance from sections 209-32-4C1A and 209-14E and Table 1 of the Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted to construct an addition which encroaches into the rear yard setback of 40 feet at the property located at 27 3rd Street, Morrisville, Pennsylvania, 19067, as depicted on the plans and in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, Scott, if you could pull the board, please.
Myself, yes. Al?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
And Dan?
Yes. Okay. All right, Mr. Bergman, your petition's been approved.
Thank
You'll
you.
receive a letter from our solicitor about next steps with the project, okay?
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
Yep, thanks. Have a great night.
You too.
With that, someone have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
We have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye. It's nice working with everyone.